Today we're talking about conflict resolution. One of the first steps in resolving conflict among your peers is to know all the different steps, which are avoiding, accommodating, competing, compromising, and collaborating.
Now we're going to go over the 5 different steps of resolving conflict. The first thing that you have to remember is to be able to understand how others are going to respond to the conflict. The first thing that we're going to go over is avoidance. It's a very common technique that's used by a lot of people. It can be good in some situations, especially if you're trying to delay or stall a situation from escalating into anything worse. Most of the time it's a lose-lose situation, and this does not need to be used. The second is accommodating. It's often called obliging or giving in. This is a lose-win situation because one party is always going to give in to the other. So generally this is not a very good tactic to use either.
Another approach that's used for conflict resolution is competing, and that's when one party imposes what they want in an aggressive, threatening approach. This is not one of the best ways to handle conflict resolution. Another is compromising. It involves cooperation and assertiveness, but only partly satisfies what parties want. So compromising is okay, but you have people that walk away and they're not totally happy with the situation. And then we have the last one, which is the one that a lot of people like to use, and it's one of the best ones that there is, and it's collaboration, also cooperation. And this is a constructive process that uses open communication and problem solving to de-escalate situations, and it satisfies all parties involved.
We have another meeting today.
Me neither. We've had like 3 this month.
Who is this new girl?
Have you ever met her?
Slightly. She seems nice, but I mean,
She seems like she knows everything. She acts like she knows everything.
she just started. She's new.
I know.
And here
Fresh
she
out
is-
of school.
And here she is going to teach us something.
Yeah, we'll see how this
And
goes.
what are we learning today? Do you know?
Something about waterless hand sanitizer.
They have those at the hospital across the street.
Have you ever used them?
Yeah, they're alright.
I don't know. I think we're good with what we have. I don't
What,
really
soap
want
and
to change
water?
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's best, but I don't think that'll be bad. I think I should be the one teaching you guys how to do all this stuff.
That's true. I don't even know how she got that position anyway.
Probably brown using.
Yeah. On the board.
Idiot.
Yep. How's everybody doing today? We're here. You're here, yeah. I know what you mean. Yep. Alright, this is the copy of the presentation.
Okay.
Okay. Today we're going to be going over an evidence-based unit change about the efficacy of waterless hand hygiene compared with washing with soap.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, if you see what she just texted me.
Okay, you guys gonna pay attention?
This is funny.
You want to give this presentation?
I think I'm more qualified than you to give this presentation.
Okay, so they selected me to do it. So I mean, if you think that you can, come up here and give it. I mean, I'm the one that collected the data.
Well, we just don't even care about what you have to say, honestly. I mean,
Is it
we've been
because
to
I'm
so
the new
many
person
meetings.
here? Is
We
that
don't even
why?
know what you're talking about.
Is it because I'm new?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I mean, what
okay.
gives you the right to come in here and think that you can tell us what to do?
Well, I mean, the nurse manager did select me to get the data.
I think that she was mistaken.
I think she was mistaken too.
Okay, so I guess
So,
maybe they would have selected you guys to be on the infection control committee, which you guys aren't.
how
I
did you
am.
even get on the infection control committee? Like,
Why
as a
don't you
brand new
ask them?
nurse.
Whose butt did you kiss?
No one's. Apparently I do my job well, and we have a problem at this hospital with patient outcomes and infection.
I just think the way we've been doing it is perfectly fine. So, I mean, we're not going to change anything anyway. So you can say your spiel, whatever you want to do.
Hey guys, how you doing today?
Hey.
Doing okay?
Alright.
Good. I'm sorry that night shift had to come in for this meeting, but it's kind of imperative that we talk about it because we've been talking about it for a while and collecting data. An evidence-based unit change that we're going to be promoting is the efficacy of waterless hand hygiene compared
Yeah, she just don't
with hand washing with soap.
know.
Let's hope. Hand washing. Yeah, right.
Okay, so is there a reason why you guys aren't paying attention, or?
Well, I can tell you right now that you just got hired,
Okay.
and I've been here for 35 years, and I think I know a heck of a lot more than you do, and I don't understand how you got chosen to do this project, and I wasn't chosen. Nobody even mentioned it to me, and it upsets me.
Well, that's totally fair. I totally understand that. Do you have something you want to talk about as well? I just think that this whole thing doesn't even need to be. Like, we've been doing it this way for so long. It's fine. It's working fine. Why change a good thing? You know?
Well, you know, initially when I came into this position, I had it on my resume that, you know, I did research with hand hygiene at a different facility. This is something that I've been passionate about for a while. And I think that they selected me to do infection control, to be on the committee here at the hospital, because this is something that I've done for a long time. I do understand what you're talking about, because you have, you know, been here a lot longer than I have, but if you don't mind, I just want to go over some of the statistics with you guys and talk about patient outcomes on the unit. Is that okay? And you know, it's really important too, I feel like if you guys want to be represented in these meetings, that you should come. I mean, we all work together here as a team.
I would like to come.
Totally.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay, so do you want to go over the evidence, and we'll go over some of the infection rates at the hospital, and then get some feedback and just go from there?
Okay. Sounds good.
Because initially, I mean, like, what we're trying to implement here is just to see if there's a major change within 90 days. Okay, so if you guys can work with me on that, then I would appreciate it.
I'll do it.
Okay. Collaborating strategies end with a conclusion that suits the needs of all parties and is used when parties have an important level of concern for each other, which we demonstrated here in this video.
So in these videos, we demonstrated the conflict resolution skills that we discussed earlier. The first one was the bad side of things, and that demonstrated the competing aspect of conflict resolution. So as you can see, we were both at odds. We were totally on different pages. It was messy, it was dirty, total disregard for each other, and nothing was met at the end for any party. All parties were unsatisfied. So in the second video we did, it was the better side of that, on the total opposite hand, and we were demonstrating the compromising aspect of conflict resolution. So both parties on this end were allowed to discuss and share their feelings, and everybody could come to a conclusion together in agreement, you know, that the two that were left out could be more involved and come to the meetings. So they felt like they were a part, and they also got to express how they feel, and get it off of their chest to the other person who was, you know, doing active listening and trying to understand their side of it. So all parties came out with a win-win.